Rain this weekend.
Yeah, it could be pretty dangerous driving through the gorge tonight and again on Sunday. So if you have plans to head out that direction, pay attention to this forecast. Right now, your current conditions, it's not nearly as windy, but it sure is cold. Right now, Vancouver, 39 degrees, dew point at 26. So we're still very dry leading up to this front that we're already watching approaching the coastline now. Wind just out of the southeast at about 6 miles per hour. Now, wind speeds through PDX anywhere from about 10 to 15 miles per hour with temperatures in the upper 30s. Winter weather advisory goes into effect starting tonight at 10 o'clock, lasting until 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. It includes Cascade Locks, Corbett, North, Bonneville, Stevenson, out to Hood River, Upper Hood River Valley, Parkdale. We could see a mix of rain and snow. Where you see the snow, it could be anywhere from a few hundredths of an inch to up to an inch. Now, there's not a lot of moisture associated with this first system, so light accumulations. This is why we're talking about light accumulations, but enough to cause a problem on roadways, especially in those early morning hours when it will be the coldest, but we're already freezing in the gorge. So this is why we're talking about it being so likely. Satellite and radar imagery, there's our front. It's starting to scoot into Coos Bay, the majority of that moisture, but noticing just offshore here, a whole lot of dry air. So this is going to be very limited, why we talk about maybe just a few hundredths of an inch in terms of either ice accumulation on the roadway or even snow in the higher elevations. Now, Doppler radar imagery showing us we're dry, of course, out to the east, but then we're looking closer to Forest Grove and just north of McMinnville. We're starting to see a little bit of a mix being popped in, but that's right around that 1,500 to 2,000 foot mark. But western Washington County and even at the northern end of Clark County, possibility of seeing some of that freezing rain. Again, that'll be in those early morning hours when it is the coldest. Current wind speed looks like this, only between about 10 to 15 miles per hour. But again, still some of the strongest winds at the west end of the gorge. Noticing offshore, there are some much stronger winds, 30 to 40 miles per hour offshore, about 20 to 50 miles. In the meantime, where it's not windy, that's where you're going to be the coldest. We're seeing this right now. Let's take a look at who is the coldest on the map. Out to the west, Newburgh 36, Dundee 35, 35 West Lynn. We go out to the east, Gresham 36, 34 Happy Valley, just 35 in Battleground. So these will be the areas we'll watch closely for the possibility of seeing some freezing rain in addition to the gorge. So how about that timing? By 11 o'clock tonight, we'll see the full effects of this frontal system coming on shore. And then as we get to about 2:30 in the morning, this is when we're looking at the potential to see some ice accumulation from Corbett all the way out to the Dalles. This is going to be very short-lived, though. By the time we get to about 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, this is going to be over with. That's the good news. Now we get to Sunday. Sunday is a different story. More moisture associated with system number 2. But our temperatures at this point won't be as cold to start, so that will limit our ability to see any ice accumulation on our roadways along I-84. But you might see a mix of rain and snow, and that's just as dangerous. Snow totals for the next few days, it could range anywhere from about 6 to 12 inches Mount Hood. Mount Bachelor, though, could see closer to about a foot to a foot and a half by the time we get to the middle of next week, with just a train of systems on the way, giving us more rain, which is what we need. Also, the threat and possibility for thunderstorms along the coast, basically from Lincoln City on south of Florence. That's on Sunday. Beyond that, we're not expecting any thunderstorms, though. 7-day forecast looks like this. So your temperatures overnight won't be quite as cold by the time we get to next week. But until then, you'll have to deal with those really cold temperatures overnight. Daytime highs overall will stick to the upper 40s through next Thursday and Friday.
So many people asking me if it's going to snow. I'm like, I'm not the weather guy. And Natasha says no, but I think it's just because it gets cold and people get excited.
Tell them to email me, and I'll answer them directly, because I know there are specific locations people refer to or want to know. So
that's very nice of you to send individual forecasts to people.
I'm happy to do it. Nobody
That's Natasha for you.
Yeah.
Can I have an individual forecast later?
Yes, I'll send you one later.
We'll be right back.